friends, welcome back to another episode of Heart to Palate. Today I'm going to show you mackerel curry, or typically which is called in Malvani or Kokani region bangdyacha tikle. And the recipe I'm going to start with, I've taken one whole mackerel, Spanish mackerel which is called here, and I've taken 6 to 7 pieces. I've just marinated with half a teaspoon of red chili powder, half a teaspoon of salt and quarter teaspoon of haldi. And for the watan or for the ground masala, this is fresh coconut, grated coconut, 4 to 5 chillies, dry red chillies, which are, you could use Kashmiri chili or Bedgi. And I've taken 2 teaspoon of Kashmiri red chili powder and about half a teaspoon of haldi or turmeric. To that I'm also going to add 1 tablespoon of dry coriander seeds or dhania seeds and 12 to 13 peppercorns. And this is going to be the ground masala. And the key factor to this curry is something called Triphal or Triphal, that is typically to the region of Konkan on Goa. I get my supply from my aunt in Goa, and this is called Triphal. It has little zing or thoda मिरमिरीतपणा असतो त्याच्यामध्ये, थोडासा तिखटपणा येतो त्याने. Okay, so let's start making the curry now. So I'm going to start making the curry. I've taken a teaspoon and a half of oil. I've added to it about half small size finely chopped onion, because for the fish curry you don't add too much onion to it. And it doesn't have to be brown, basically it just has to get softened, and that's when you add your fish pieces. And I've taken a container which is like shallow on the bottom, the pan, because you don't want the fish to be, getting crowded there. And I'm going to add the fish after it gets softened. Now onion is kind of softened. I'm going to add about half a cup of water in this. My mom usually adds the tamarind, but I don't like the tamarind color which I get to the curry after you use this tamarind paste over here. So I'm just going to add kokam or sola for the tanginess or for the sourness. Okay, I'm going to add the fish pieces now, and the fish doesn't take that long to cook basically. So just put them at a distance. And fish doesn't even take more than 5 to 7 minutes to cook. In the meantime, I'll do the watan and I'm going to add it to the curry. Cover the pot now and let it sit for about 5 minutes or so. Now you can see it's been exactly 5 to 6 minutes since I added the fish to steam into that curry, and I've taken my masala is ready now, brown. And you have to make sure the masala is really fine. गंधा सारखा असा बारीक वाटला पाहिजे. मसाल्याचं टेक्स्चर असं एकदम वाटण has to be असं गंधा सारखं बारीक. Okay, so I'm going to add that now. And try to not move the fish too much around in the curry. It will break because it's very tender. Yeah, I'm going to add the water now. I'm going to rinse the mixer and add the water, because you don't want too liquidy also, because this curry is like a little bit thicker side. Tikla has to be a little bit, tondi bhatala असं हाताशी असं आलं पाहिजे, म्हणजे असं जाडसर असायला पाहिजे. It doesn't have to be like liquidy, too runny gravy. Okay, so I'm going to add the water a little bit more. So this is about 1 cup, I would say. Okay, add the water to it, and don't move the vessel too much. Just try to move it like this, just like the one I showed in Goyachi Amti, because you don't want to break the pieces of fish. Okay, and let it simmer now. Curd yeistor let it bring it to the boil, and then you turn it off. Before that, the key ingredient has to be added, which is your Triphal and kokam or sol for the sourness. Okay, I'm going to add about teaspoon of salt. You can always adjust it according to your taste. आणि 5 ते 7 मी सोलं घेतली आहेत, और कोकम, which gives that sourness to the curry. because I like to retain the color of the curry. That's why I don't like adding the tamarind to this. My आई always used to add tamarind paste, पण इंडियातला चिंचेचा रंग वेगळा येतो, ह्याचं थोडं डार्कर होतं, सो आय डोंट लाईक इट. आणि दिस इज द की इंग्रेडियंट विच इज युअर तिरफळ. ओके, सो बिफोर you add, you have to make sure you have to muslify with any kind of stone or something. Crush it so that oozes out the nice flavor. Okay, so I'm going to crush those little bit. थोडीशी झेजरून घ्यायची अशी छान, and then you add it to the curry, and that gives amazing flavor to the curry. I can't explain you the aroma of it. And this is typically to the bangड्याचे टिकलं that we add. So मी अशी झेजरून घेतली, that crush those little bit, that तिरफळ, and I'm going to add it. And let that curry come to a boil. And also when you're making any fish curry, try to use some ladle which is like a broad one. You don't want that deeper ladle, you know, like आमटीचा डाव नाही घ्यायचा, असा वाला थोडा पसरट घ्यायचा, so that it's easier. You can just move the fish slowly with this, you know. असा deep असा नाही घ्यायचा. You don't take the deep down for this, or ladle. And let it come to boil. Sprinkle with fresh coriander, which is a best thing I like on any fish curry. You have to top it off with the fresh coriander. And this is another ingredient which is हळदीची पानं फ्रेश असलेली. जर तुमच्याकडे असतील तर प्लीज असं ह्याचं गाठ बांधा याला एक असं, आणि ही नंतर एंडला काढायची, पण हे आमटीमध्ये टाकायचं. ह्याचा फ्लेवर इज लाईक अमेझिंग. And let it come to a simmer or boil, and top it off with fresh coriander and serve it with garma garam bhat or tandrachi bhakri. Mackerel curry is ready to be served, which is called bangड्याचं टिकलं. Please enjoy it with steamed hot rice or tandrachi bhakri, and don't forget to use the Triphal, and if you have the हळदीची पानं, please do use it. And try to follow the recipe is in the description box below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Heart to Palate.